What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having an absolutely fantastic day. I know that I'm not. Today has honestly been really crappy, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it together, all right? We're gonna band together on this one. But before we get into the video, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, Grant will come up behind you with a plastic bag and put it over the back of your head. I've seen him do it to a bunch of weird people in the library. It was kind of terrifying, so I wouldn't risk it. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Anyways, guys, today I have a story of absolute pro revenge on a terrible boss. I think everybody who's like had a job knows what it's like to have a terrible boss, okay? You're walking into work, you're just trying to do your thing, and your boss is like, excuse me, Susan, your uniform isn't up to code. And you're like, what are you talking about? My uniform's fine. And she's like, your shoelaces are white and they're supposed to be black. Like, everybody's had that one boss that just is an absolute turd muncher. And today's story is about somebody that actually got revenge on their terrible boss, so big shout out to you. I did get the story off the Pro Revenge subreddit though, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Anyways, guys, one time I had a boss who was such a control freak that she demanded to know specifically why I was calling out sick every single time I did. You know, I understand if a boss is like, hey, I don't believe you were sick, can you get me a doctor's note or whatever, but like, you would call this lady and be like, hey, I can't come into work, and she'd be like, what's wrong with you? What specifically? Did you WebMD it? Did you know that you actually have bladder stones? Did you know that I was in your bathroom last night and looked through all of your belongings and realized that your toothpaste doesn't have fluoride in it? Like, she was a control freak who demanded to basically control every single aspect of your life if you were working with her, which I understand you're the boss, okay? But if we're chilling in the back of my office, you don't need to know why I can't come into work, all right? What if I've got diarrhea or something? It's just really none of your business, Karen, okay? And to be honest, I'm not the type of guy that normally gets sick a lot. Like, I'm really not. I'm one of those people that very rarely gets sick. It's not very often that I need to take a sick day. It's not very often that I take a day off. I actually really enjoy working, you know? There's a reason I've uploaded basically every day on this channel since the start of the year is because I like to get work done. I like to feel productive. That's something that I enjoy. So it's not very often that I have a situation where I can't work. So whenever I was sick, you know, once in a blue moon and this boss would get annoyed, it would make it almost even worse because I was so consistent at being on work on time that this lady's like sudden inkling to know every single detail about why I was sick was even more annoying than it already would be. So one day I called out sick because I thought I had, you know, food poisoning, which most people have had once or twice, and food poisoning sucks. Like, to be honest, food poisoning is the equivalent of Jesus basically punching you in the groin and saying good luck. Like, that is the amount of uncomfortableness and sickness you get with food poisoning. Food poisoning I would not wish upon my worst enemy ever. So I call out of work because I'm basically crapping my brains out every 15 minutes along with vomiting, all right? I don't know if you've ever been on the toilet with stuff coming out of both ends, but it really is not a good feeling. Like, it's not a peaceful, calm feeling washing over you that you feel great about. It's really not fun. There was no way I would have been able to work. So regardless, I texted her and I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to come into work today. It's just not going to happen. And she keeps like pressing me. What are your symptoms? What's wrong with you? What's this? What's that? And so finally, I've had enough of her pressing me about what's wrong with me, okay? Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Karen? You ever think about that, huh? You ever think about what society would think? I'm the Joker. So, whatever. I finally had enough, and I basically say, hey, I am not physically capable of working today, and you're not allowed to ask me personal questions about my medical history. So please, please stop. Like, I don't want to sit here and tell the boss that I'm going to go have to look in the eye tomorrow that I can't work because I'm crapping my brains out because I ate bad sushi. Like, that's not a conversation that anyone wants to have with their boss. Hey, Jim, why weren't you at work yesterday? Well, man, you ever had diarrhea and be puking at the same time? It's kind of crazy. It's a little bit of an overload on your senses. Like, that's never very fun. So I send the text basically saying, hey, you can't ask me, I just physically can't work. And she starts threatening me and is basically like, if you can't prove that you can't come into work, then you're not getting an absence. Like, I'm sorry, you will be punished. I will write you up if you do not come up with a verifiable excuse that I think is valid for you to miss work. And like, damn, bro, what if I got hit by a car? It's really none of your business. So whatever, this is where the pro revenge kicks in. So I'm about to send her something horrific, something that she can't unsee, and she wouldn't be able to do anything about it since she technically asked for it. Like, fine, you want proof that food poisoning makes me unable to do my job? You asked for it, but you don't get to complain when I send you things that you don't want to see, okay? Like, I promise you, if anybody ever says, hey, I got food poisoning, want to see what it looked like? The answer to that is no, because it looks like a crime scene, all right? You know in CSI when the dude's in and he's like, oh, the splatter on the wall indicates that it was a hammer strike from the left-hand side. Yeah, there's splatter marks for food poisoning too, but you don't want to know. It's like, you can clearly tell that hot Cheetos were the thing that gave him food poisoning. Like, you do not want to see a graphic image of somebody's room after they've had food poisoning. It's really not fun. Yes, this is kind of gross details, but it's what you guys got to know. It's the story. And I actually had a couple days off before I was supposed to go in, and being that I was living in the bathroom for more than 2 days, okay? The inquiry was like on the first day when I said, hey, I probably won't be able to come in because food poisoning is not fun. Basically, I was having aggressive diarrhea every like 15 to 30 minutes in the worst abdominal pain that I'd ever experienced. I had lost my crap, literally, and took a pretty disturbing picture right after me painting the bowl brown before I flushed, right? And I sent it to her because I was like, oh, you want proof that I can't work? You want proof that I can't come in? Fine, but it's your funeral. You are the person that wants to see this, okay? No joke, it looks like I power washed the inside of the toilet with feces and built a turd island in the middle of the water. It honestly looked like a poop volcano had erupted, all right? Like, I didn't even know that my stomach could contain so much. And yes, this is gross. I understand a couple of you are thinking about clicking off the video right now. I don't want to have to tell you this either, but it's important to the story because where the story is going, you just need to know that it was a very graphic image that most people don't want to see. It's not something that most people want to see. Like, if this was going to be on TV, there would be a warning beforehand. Warning, graphic content is about to be on display. You might want to consider getting small children out of the room before they are permanently and irreversibly traumatized by the pictures about to be displayed on screen. So I send her the poop Picasso painting, the poop Mona Lisa, and I say, this is happening every 15 to 30 minutes, and I haven't been able to leave the bathroom for 6 hours. Here is your proof. You can check the timestamp of the picture, and also send a screen of the timestamp, and I'll let you know as soon as I can if I'll be in tomorrow, all right? So after 3 days off, I show up to work, sleep deprived and sore from sleeping on my bathtub and on the floor for 2.5 days, and my butt is not having any of it, okay? But I'm finally through the worst of the sickness, and I get there, and the boss walks up to me and immediately escorts me into her office where our regional HR rep is waiting for me, meaning that she called corporate and said, hey, you know the guy in charge of HR for the state? Yeah, send him down immediately. I've gotten a very inappropriate picture from a worker. Keep in mind, she was bothering me and asking me to send her proof. Like, look, if you ask for proof that I have diarrhea and I send you proof, you can't get mad at me. Like, I didn't want to send you it. I warned you it was going to be gross, and you were like, no, it's not. You need to send me proof immediately that you can't come into work. So that's exactly what I did. So we all sit down, and immediately the HR guy has paperwork in front of him and is discussing the incident with me and gets me to acknowledge what I did was basically considered, under corporate terms, sending unprovoked and offensive content to coworkers, and it constitutes harassment and blah, 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 and asked me to sign a final write-up, like, basically saying that if I do anything again along these lines, I'm gonna be fired. And, you know, at this point, I've had enough. This job is not worth the crap I'm putting up with. See what I did there? Because she was the one putting up with my crap, you know? She asked for a picture of the crap and then got mad that I sent a picture of the crap. Yeah, I'm pretty clever, I know. Give me my 500 IQ points, please. I'm really good at this. But before I sign anything, like before I sign this final warning that basically says that what I did was wrong and I'm gonna be fired if it happens again, I asked the guy, you know, did my supervisor tell you why I sent this? And he's like, well, you know, I don't really think that anything along these lines is excusable, and you know, I don't think there's any reason why you should send such offensive content unprovoked. And I kind of smirk and go, unprovoked? What did she tell you happened? Like, what was her explanation to you as to why you needed to come in immediately and yell at me? Like, what did she say the situation that led up to these events happened? You know, like, let's ask ourselves, why am I here? What has led me to this moment? What have I done with my life? A few years ago, I was in college with big dreams, and now I'm an HR rep traveling around the country yelling at kids for sending pictures of their poop to the boss. No, what has happened to get to this moment? And he slides me this picture of a screenshot. Like, he had printed out the screenshot that basically says, you know, something along the lines of deleting everything in the exchange except the picture, saying, sorry, I need to take a sick day, and the picture. She took out and deleted her asking me for the picture, her harassing me about the picture, me saying, hey, you probably really don't want to see the picture. Like, she had deleted all of the context from it and had just left the sorry, I'm sick, and then the picture that I had sent. So obviously this looks bad. No wonder this guy thinks I'm like a disgusting cretin, because according to the screenshot that he has provided from my boss, you know, I just randomly decided decided to drop this picture in her DMs. I was just sitting there like, sorry, I'm sick. Here's a picture. That, which would be kind of funny. Like, okay, is it funny? No, but it is kind of funny. Like, imagine you're just chilling there and your coworker sends you in a picture, hey, I can't work, with just a picture of a turd. Like, I'm sorry if that makes me a terrible person for laughing at that, but I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty hysterical if I was just chilling and a coworker sent me that, you know? If me and Ben were supposed to make a video and I got that with, hey, can't record, like, I would be giggling. I'm not gonna lie. If that makes me weird, then that makes me weird. But anyways, he shows me this text and I laugh and pull out my phone and said, here's the full exchange without any messages deleted. And he asks me to leave and give them about like a couple minutes to go over everything. And I say, yeah, sure, no problem. I put my phone on airplane mode so that way texts don't start rolling in. Because the last thing I need is one of my friends texting me like, yo, bro, you still got diarrhea, right when my guy is reading the messages on my phone, you know, like that's just no bueno. It almost, and I also didn't want, you know, like something to just roll in that he didn't need to see because I'm a private person. So I give him the phone, and about 10 minutes later, he calls me in by myself and explains to me that she was the harasser and she had aggressively violated privacy laws that would be dealt with, and to call him if anything like this happens again. So at this point, I'm taking the victory, okay? Diarrhea might have actually been the best thing to ever happen to me, because now my jerky boss who just won't respect people's privacy has gotten shown up and tried to lie about me. And I think that's the worst part, all right? It wasn't like she was just mad that I sent this picture. It's the fact that she purposely deleted every text message that made it obvious what had actually happened, just in an effort to make me look worse. Like, that's just not dope. I found out from another one of the assistant managers that she was the one that ended up getting a final warning, which was, if you do anything like this again, you're gonna get fired. And the corporate guy, the regional HR manager, actually almost fired her on the spot because it was so inappropriate. And basically, they took her promotion away. Like, she was about to get a store promotion and be in charge of the region, and they ended up taking that regional promotion away because they were just so shocked at the disgusting, like, display of, hey, you know, I'm gonna treat my coworkers like garbage, and then I'm just gonna blame them for it whenever they respond. Like, send me a picture, and then I send a picture and you're gonna try to make me look bad? That's not a good look. So they didn't end up promoting her. So yeah, if you ever have a boss that's questioning your sickness and wants to play doctor and question if it's a valid reason not to work, just send them a diarrhea pic and they'll either leave you alone or give you lawsuit material and not get a promotion. But on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I put a link at the top of the description to another story time. Be sure to check it out. If you're new, subscribe, press the like button, and turn on notifications. Today, notification shout out goes to TBH Benji. Big shout out to you for having on notifications. I greatly appreciate it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. I'm out. Peace.